What's good, everybody? It's your man DL Saint. Time for a DL short. This brother right here, this brother Orion. I saw him on whatever podcast. I believe he's a psychologist, and he's trained professional, and he has a take on hypergamy that I think that the average dude doesn't understand. Men definitely need to hear his message and what he's talking about. It makes a lot of sense. So, um, let's go ahead and check this out.
Because the fact of the matter is that women don't actually give sex in relationships to men simply as a consequence of men meeting their selection criteria. The idea that doing behavior X will solve problem Y is a masculine problem-solving strategy projected into women. Men hear that women want a guy with a six-pack and a six-figure income, and they think, great, if I get these things, if I'm finally what women want, then that means that women will reward me with sex and relationships. It's the same mentality that believes, okay, if I buy her a drink and listen to her problems and show my value, then she will reward me with sex at the end of the date, writ large. And the disappointing reality is that this is not the case.
Facts. So, dudes, there's a lot of guys out there who they're like, listen, man, I've been watching this stuff, man. I've been looking at the manosphere content, RP content. I've even been over here, these, male and female dating coaches. I've been taking all this in. So I'm doing the work. I'm in the gym. I'm getting strong. I'm making money. And now I'm ready to go out here and use this knowledge that I just acquired. I'm going to go ahead and get all these women just to, bow down and just, fall right into my lap, literally. Doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. There's so much more that goes into it. And he did a really good job here, right, pointing these things out. Because men are like you said, if I do X and then I solve for Y, then that equals success. Not really. It takes a lot of work and it's very difficult. Like people always talking about like, well, I'm 6 feet, man. I got my body together. I got all this money. How come I'm having trouble with women? Like, well, you still don't know how to talk to them. And this brother right here in this particular clip that he has out, which will be linked in the description, he really breaks it down perfectly, man. Let's continue.
Sure. All other things being equal, a woman is more likely to choose a guy with a six-pack and a six-figure income over a guy that doesn't have those things. But it's not true that the vast majority of women will choose a guy just because he has a six-pack and a six-figure income. These things might make it easier for a guy to get his foot in the door, but it's better to consider meeting women's hypergamous criteria as a necessary but insufficient condition of sexual opportunity.
Facts. So what is he saying? He's saying you need to do more. I've talked about that on this platform. I was, when I was young, when I was in my 20s, I didn't have any money, but I had tons of game. I had tons of confidence, and I was known in the streets. So I never had a problem talking to women. I understood that it was just a matter of numbers, and I would literally talk to every woman I thought was attractive. I just went up to her, hey, how you doing? What's up? It was a numbers game. The strategy was just me running numbers, and I was successful. Did I have, my own little broke man's Playboy mansion? No, but I always kept a rotation. I always kept a rotation solid, 8 to 12 in the rotation at any given time, solid, because I was constantly sourcing. It was like sales, but it wasn't enough to have those hypergamous traits because I didn't have the money, but I had the potential. I had the confidence and everything else. Now that I have the money, things are going really slow because I'm not out there running numbers. I take my time because I know every time I go holler at a woman, it's you start from square one. There is no cheat code, right? We talk about this all the time. So let's hear why there's no cheat code.
Unless you are like world famous, women aren't going to be lining up to date you. Even if you have all of the things that hypergamy says that women are looking for. A good-looking brain surgeon can drink at the bar by himself all night. And this is because, despite the fact that the man may have worked 10 to 20 years to meet women's hypergamous criteria, he has to start from scratch with every new woman he meets. Like, he could be a successful, handsome, eligible bachelor who has worked hard for years to earn his social proof and status, and he will still have to start at square one, which for a lot of women means convincing them that he's not a serial killer.
Facts. And this is a very important thing. I'm not mad at women for doing this. This is them protecting themselves. This is smart. Women have to vet every dude that comes across their path, and every dude is trying to get at them, especially if they're, attractive, especially now. If you're into women who aren't big girls, I mean, 75% of the people out there are big people. That means 1 in 4 are not. So that woman, that one, she's going to get a whole lot of attention. All the other women are going to get attention too, but she's going to get more than most. So she has to make sure you're not going to put her in a hole and, hit her with the hose and say, if she puts the lotion on the skin or she gets the hose again. She wants to avoid that, right? You know what I mean? She needs to avoid that. And this is one way that they do it. So every time you holler at a woman, doesn't matter where you are, you're starting from square one. Let's continue.
Like, can you imagine a job interview 20 years into your career in which the interaction begins with the default assumption that you're a fraudulent embezzler until proven otherwise? And this is what happens with women. They have to feel safe. They have to feel heard. They have to feel like you're attracted to more than their bodies, etc. And if you say one thing that they don't like too early in the interaction, poof, the opportunity vanishes in an instant.
Fellas, y'all need to understand that. One thing, just one stupid gesture, one dumb word, just one thing, just one moment of you being mean to a stray dog or something like that, or not liking cats, or, you're a Capricorn, whatever. It's just one thing. That's why I tell guys, it's best for you just to let her talk. Keep your mouth closed. You know what I mean? If a woman is talking to you, if she's with you, if she's allowed you into her space or she has joined your space, that right there lets you know you're there, man. You're more than 85% of the way there. You're there. The only person who can mess it up from that point forward is you. So a lot of guys don't know how to shut up. They get a woman, they just keep going. Blah, 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 blah. Eventually something's going to fall out your mouth that she doesn't like, and then it's over. Blocked, ghost, she's gone. And she's going to tell all her friends and everyone she knows, oh my God, he's such a weirdo. That's what's going to happen. So keep your mouth shut. If she with you, you there. Let her talk and listen to what she's saying so you know what not to say. Let her take the lead in that sense so she's comfortable and ready to go to the next step, whatever you want that next step to be. Most guys, they want that next step to be physical, right? Let's continue.
And while it's true that the more a woman is attracted to you, the easier this process becomes, you don't get to bypass this process just because you've got biceps and a bank account. Indeed, you have to begin with women right where you would have if you hadn't spent 10 or 20 years building your status and lifestyle, namely at 0. And if you spent all that time on your abs and income and you never learned how to seduce a woman, you're probably not going to get as far as the guy who spent a year learning how to seduce a woman and has neither the abs nor the income. Meeting women's hypergamous criteria, unfortunately, is not the silver bullet that many men hope it will be.
Facts. It's not the silver bullet. And like you said, there are guys out there going out there getting the money, getting their body together, but they don't have the game. And then there are guys out there who didn't chase money as hard, who didn't spend all that time in the gym, but they have game. What's the game? They understand female nature. They know how to interact. And those guys are going to be successful because they know what not to say versus the guy who got all the money and he's out there doing his thing. And now he's dealing with women and he has no idea how to do it. I see it all the time. And what do they default to? They default to their wallet and they just start spending. And the women just keep taking. Why not? I ain't mad at them. Oh, you gonna take me on a helicopter dinner? All right, let's go. Oh, you gonna take me to Bora Bora? You know what I mean, for a vacation? Okay, let's go. Oh, you gonna take me out for, a $5,000 meal? Okay. But she ain't attracted to you. And when she's done doing all those things, hanging out with you, she's not gonna be physical with you. She's gonna make, I'm not ready. Come on, don't be, you're coming on too strong. And he's okay, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And then she's gonna be done with that guy and go back to the dude who don't have the money, but he knows how to keep her happy. He knows how to make her laugh. That's the guy she's gonna go and be intimate with, right? So y'all need to understand that and continue to strengthen that part of your game. Let's continue.
Most of these criteria are what I call attraction proxies. The idea here is that you can have all the markers of a high status man, and it's still not going to be easy with women. You will still have to approach and make an effort and seduce effectively. This doesn't change if you're in the top 10%. It may change if you're in the top 0.001%. I'm not sure. I'm not there yet, but it definitely doesn't change in the top 10%. Being a high value man does not lead to effortless sexual opportunity. And that's a bitter pill to swallow. You could be a neurosurgeon underwear model who makes 7 figures a year and shelters abandoned puppies. And the woman is still going to ask herself questions like,
does he remember the day we met? Did he open the door for me? How do I feel when I'm with him? Does he make me laugh? Does he look at other girls? Will our kids' hands look funny?
Etc.
That's hilarious. Shout out to my man Orion for that part right there. That's hilarious, man. But he is absolutely 100% correct. That is going to happen. Doesn't matter. He's in the top 10% of earners. I did a quick, background check on him, man. He's like in the Bay Area, San Francisco. And I'm looking at his house. Dude's doing all right, bro. He's doing all right. So like he says, he's in the top 10%. I believe him. So fellas, there is no cheat code. There's no cheat code. Know what you're trying to get. I was a young man. I was out there trying to get it. I was on a hunt. All I wanted was the Foxy Brown, right? That I wanted that intimacy. And I got good at getting it. Now I'm an old man. I'm in my 50s. I don't care about that. I'm looking more towards companionship, and I want someone that I click with on a certain level. You're right. I really do want that woman by my side is going to help push me to the highest heights. That's what I'm looking for. She's hard to find. And it's not priority right now. My priority is being a dad. That's my priority. And until I'm done, until my daughter is done with school, she's out of high school and she's grown and she's off doing whatever she's going to do, college or military service or whatever she decides to do, until then, that's my priority. So shout out to Brother Orion. I'm going to link this video in the description. Make sure y'all check this out because, fellas, everything he says are facts, at least in this video. I'm into his content now. I'm going in there. I'm digging in. And I'm eagerly looking forward to consuming a lot of his content. I definitely will be reacting to and sharing with you guys what I'm finding on his content. Please like and subscribe over there with him. And thanks for checking me out and spending a little bit of time with me. Be looking for the shorts because I'm definitely going to chop this up because, guys, for real, fellas, here's the deal. It does not get easier. The work must be done. And yes, sometimes the juice isn't worth the squeeze, but you got to figure that out on your own. If you're trying to get out here and get after these women, prepare to do the work all the way around. All right. So that's all I got to say about that, man. I'm going to holler at y'all later, man. I'm DL saying peace.